is accurate.
Warriors started Tuesday at the 6th spot in the West, trying to stay out of the play-in tournament. Oklahoma City started Tuesday in the 10th spot in the West, trying to stay in the play-in tournament. Steph Curry cooking pregame, hit 3 half-court shots in a row, and that's not a good sign for Oklahoma City. Klay Thompson out with lower back soreness, so Jordan Poole into the starting lineup for the Warriors. In second quarter, Curry still hot. A minute later, Curry, how about 3 more? 4 first-half threes and 24 points. Klay Thompson approves. Thunder started hot as well. 2 minutes left in the half. OKC up 7. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We don't talk about him enough. He had 21 in the first half. Thunder up 4 going into the fourth, looking to stop a 2-game skid. Early fourth. Jordan Poole feeling it. Warriors tie the game. Final regular season game for them in San Francisco, and Poole and Curry put on a show for him. Poole 5 for 12 from 3. He had 30 points. Warriors held OKC to 19 in the fourth while they were going off. Here's Curry, 6 for 13 from 3. He had 34. Warriors up 3. Thunder refusing to go away. Gilgeous-Alexander, he had 32. Thunder down 6. 3 minutes left. 8-point lead. Curry to Poole. 23s for the Warriors. They shot 50% from the floor. Curry and Poole each with 30 for the third time this season. Warriors improved to 33-8 at home.
I still pride myself on efficiency. It doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of putting pressure on the defense so that you create for yourself, you create for others, you create momentum. We just couldn't get any stops in the first half, and that was our issue. And then once we buckled down, it sounds crazy, but 125 looks really good after 79 in the first half. So, a big turnaround for us.
Kings taking on the Pelicans in New Orleans. Kings in the 3 spot in the West. New Orleans in the 8th spot, but with the same record as the Lakers coming in the 7th spot. And with a win, Kings clinched the Pacific Division, first time since 2002, 2003. Early second quarter, they're up 3. De'Aaron Fox just goes right through the defense, and he's able to finish. Kings shot 51% in this game. Later in the quarter, Malik Monk, Domantas Sabonis, he had 16 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists for a triple-double. Less than 10 seconds left in the quarter. Kings up 9. Fox, Sacramento up 11 at the half. And then in the third quarter, Keegan Murray got hot. 5 3-pointers in the third quarter. Second time of the season Murray made 5 threes in the quarter. He finished with 21 points on 7 of 10 from three-point range. Kings up 16 after 3. Early fourth, they're up 18. Fox for 2 more of his 23. Kings clinched the Pacific in a top 3 seed. Mike Brown said he thought it was their most complete game this season.
All right, Timberwolves sit in the 9th seed in the West. The Nets are likely locked into that 6th seed, considering they're 2 games ahead of the 7th place Heat. So here we go. Everyone just trying to help their playoff position. Mike Conley trying to help his team do that, nailing the 3, and the Timberwolves retake the lead. With about 8:30 left on the clock. Conley again showing off the range. He had 18 points in this one, putting the Timberwolves up 4. About 4 minutes to play. Spencer Dinwiddie to Dorian Finney-Smith. He knocks the 3 up, and the Nets retake the lead. The Wolves take a timeout, and then Edwards responds, drains it. He had 23 and 5. Timberwolves retake the 1-point lead. 2:40 left to play. Dinwiddie, keep going. We're tied at 98. Minnesota responds with this. Karl Anthony Towns, first big game in quite a minute. 22 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, put the Timberwolves up 2. Dinwiddie responds with that, making it a 2-point game. We got something, and after splitting a couple of free throws, Brooklyn inbounding, looking for something to do. Dinwiddie, it doesn't go. 30 points for the first time since 2019 for Dinwiddie, but the Timberwolves close this one out, 107-102. So the Lakers now have the same record as the Clippers, making their Wednesday matchup on ESPN a must-win for both teams. But we know only one can. As it stands, the Warriors and Suns are in line for a heavyweight battle in the first round. And the Thunder have lost 3 straight and have just a half-game lead over the Mavericks for the final play-in spot. We've got NBA champ and NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins joining the show. So good to see you. We've missed you here on SportsCenter LA.
I know it's been a minute, but it's at the right time.
Yeah,
it's at the right time.
He is back, and it is the best time. 3 spots, 2 teams left as we just saw those standing. Who is the odd team out that's going to have to play in a play-in game?
Well, here's the thing, right? Easter is Sunday. And we know what happened on Easter, right? Jesus rose from the dead.
Amen.
That's the exact same thing that happened with the play-in tournament to the NBA. it gave it life. So when I look at these matchups, it gets kind of tricky, right? Because I'm not looking at the Clippers, Warriors, and Lakers. I'm actually looking at the Suns and the Kings schedule because I want to see who is going to do who a favor. Are they going to rest guys? Are they going to watch and see what's going on to see who they want to play in the first round or try to help control the narrative or whatever the case may be? But I have all three of those teams making the playoffs. I have Golden State in automatically. I think they're going to win and be either the 5th or 6th seed. And I think it's up for grabs when it comes down to the Lakers and the Clippers who get the 6th spot.
Let's stick with this Easter theme here. Let's talk about redemption. We know the Phoenix Suns would like redemption from what happened last year in the playoffs. They're currently in that 4 seed. Who could be in that 5 seed that they would be excited to see, the most favorable matchup for them?
Well, right now, and there's no disrespect to Kawhi Leonard or Ty Lue. I believe Ty Lue is one of the best coaches in the game. But it got to be the Clippers because you don't know when Paul George is going to come back. And I think they will be favored in that matchup. They just don't have enough. And although Russell Westbrook has been playing well, I just think if you look at Westbrook and Kawhi Leonard in a duo of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, we're going to ride with KD and D Book in that matchup. So if I'm the Suns, I actually want to face the Clippers without Paul George.
Okay, so this is all the playoff talk. How about MVP talk? I know you've been talking about Giannis. He's been your favorite. Yeah. We cannot ignore Joel Embiid, though, and what he's doing. A 52-point game. Are you kidding me? Does that change your mind at all?
It don't, because 2 weeks ago, it was so tight. And I said, whatever guy team finished with the best record, that's who I'm voting for. So I'm sticking with Giannis. Okay. But I would not be mad if anybody voted for Joel Embiid. Second year in a row leading the league in scoring. This monster 52-point wing dinner, all flats he put up tonight. He's doing it like he has it on his mind. He looks healthy, and I think he will get a lot of people vote. He's just not getting mine. That is going to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you got to vote.
I do got to vote.
I know. I love it.
I'm very proud of it.
He's an important person, an MVP on our show. Kendrick.
But we knew after the Denver game you would have something ready for tonight. When you knew Clay wasn't going to play, how does that change your mindset for a game like this?
It's just trying to be a little bit more aggressive at the start to look to score. Just, you know, Clay is such a magnet out there. He demands a lot of attention. He hits, a lot of tough shots. He creates space for us. So without him and, mixing our starting lineup, I knew I had to be aggressive. It doesn't really matter. The efficiency, I still pride myself on efficiency. It doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of putting pressure on the defense so that you create for yourself, you create for others, you create momentum. We just couldn't get any stops in the first half, and that was our issue. And then once we buckled down, it sounds crazy, but 125 looks really good after 79 in the first half. So, big turnaround for us.
You were big time all night. You set the pace with your scoring most of the night and everything else you were doing out there with your movement. In the fourth quarter, you had 5 points, which was great, but how great is it to watch your running mate, Jordan Poole, get 18 points in the fourth, and you setting the screens for him, you guys working together so well?
Yeah, he's obviously extremely talented, and he can create off the dribble. He's super fast in transition, and we kind of read the game plan from them. Lou Dort was just going to stay on me the whole time and not help. So just give JP space, let him go to work. He had some big threes. He got to the bucket, got to the free throw line. And our biggest thing is just being decisive on offense. Anytime that we faltered late in a fourth quarter or a close game is just because we haven't been intentional or decisive with our play calls and what we're trying to get out of each possession. So we didn't have many turnovers because of that. It's just, you give yourself great opportunities to get buckets in terms of great shot selection, and then you live with that. So JP played amazing down the stretch, and then our defense allowed us to connect the game.
Hey, how about raising those youngsters when it mattered? Moody and Kuminga both answered the bell. We had one stretch where it was, okay, the Hall of Famers, there's Steph, there's Draymond. You're playing with two 20-year-olds. The season's kind of hanging there, and they were terrific.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, obviously, like you said, being ready, staying ready. They're they've been asked to play a lot of different roles. Been in and out of the rotation. J.K.'s obviously played, a lot more recently and has proven that he's taken that next step. It's still, trying to put game after game together, and those guys to be able to show up when, we're still missing Wiggs, Clay goes down, they stay ready. So for Moto, I think he saw enough Razorbacks out there. He felt like it was back in college for a little bit.
All right, now we're going to put a video in here, but it's in your pregame, and there was a little kid watching you tonight. And we marvel everywhere we go when you have your pregame, you always put on the show. And are you aware of little kids that have never seen you do it just losing their mind as you hit shot after shot? Because the showman in you starts before they ever have the opening tip.
I think since 2014, 15, it's been like that, whether it's at home or on the